Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys read from the title, you probably know what this video is kind of about and what it might contain and whatnot. But I just decided that you guys are so part of my life, and I feel like she not only deserved this video, but I guess like I have to kind of accepted I have accepted it. My heart, everything has accepted it, but there's this part in my life that still hasn't accepted it and thought about it and really processed it really through. So I feel like by doing this video, I kind of like get to see back at my videos and know that it really happened, and it doesn't seem like a joke in my mind, replaying and replaying, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna tell you guys all about it and tell you guys everything, like maybe not every single detail because I have forgotten. I have put stuff behind already because it just helps me deal with it a little bit better. But let's get started. Okay. Whew. But please subscribe to my channel if you're new. And yeah, last year my aunt, if you follow me on my social medias, you probably know all the things that have been going on. But my aunt, my dad's sister, was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer from her breast all the way to her entire body. It was kind of like a downfall and a huge like to my family because it was something we never expected for us to go through, especially like with our aunt that we were really close to. Like, it's not like a third aunt, a fifth aunt, a 20 aunt. It's like my dad's sister. So we knew her. We went and visited them every single week. They were a part of my life so much when I was younger, and as I started growing up, like they were like there and always there. But aside from that, she got diagnosed with cancer last year, and it kind of hit my family from like different points, you know what I mean? It was kind of like really hard for us to deal with something like that because we have never went through that. The last time was when my mom's brother passed away, and I was like 4. I don't really remember, but that was a long time ago. So that really didn't hit me as much as this one. So she was in the hospital in Houston for a while until my dad said that she was getting worse and like things were just getting real bad. And me and Crystal decided, not me and her, but her family and me and Mario and my dogs, decided to go down to Texas, to Houston on January 20 something. I don't recall the dates really well. When Crystal first saw her, because she got there a day before I did, she said that my aunt didn't really recognize her. When I got there, she was like a lot better, but I don't know, I felt like it hurt me and it made me feel weird and feel like kind of going crazy to see her in that bed, because my aunt was one of those aunts that she was like always on top of the game. She always was up and down doing whatever she freaking desired. She was like that aunt that was like really on top, you know. She was like known for like if they fired her from a job or she quit from a job, bro, that same day she had another job. She, no matter what situation she was in, she always got herself out of it. She was that type of person that no matter what, things didn't hold her back. She kept going and going and going. So she was a strong woman, and I really admire that from her, and I have admired it since a long time ago. But she was such a luchona that I'm happy I was related to her. So we went down, and it was just playing with my head. Everything was just playing with my head. Everything was like, no, this is a joke, this can't be true, this is not happening to her, this is just like really weird, you know. So then from Houston we went to where they live, which is the Valley, and they went in an ambulance. They took her because my grandparents and my dad were like, you know what, if you're not even gonna help, if nothing's gonna help her, then we're just gonna take her home. Why have her here? We got there, my mom, my sisters were there, and so she had all the support she needed. My aunt had all the support from us, her nieces, from her nephews, from everyone. So I stayed there, I think 2 nights, I believe. Those 2 nights were the saddest, most insane, mind playing nights of my life. I slept in the room she was. I think I slept there 2 nights or a night. I don't remember, guys. But it just played with me. It like kind of played with my mind. Seeing her that way, seeing her in that bed, just not being able to like stand up because she had broken her hip. She couldn't sit down. She had to be laying down. It was like kind of driving me insane to the point where I felt that I wasn't all there. But during that time, my aunt said so many funny things. She did so many funny things. Although that she was there, but she wasn't there because of all the medication she had taken at the hospital. So she wasn't really there, but she was. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go back and forth, guys. I'm sorry. My mind is all over the place right now. When Crystal got there, they prayed for her and she got saved. She became a Christian. Not only that, but she got saved. So on my way over here, I did spend some time with my aunt and my family, but then I had to come back for school and whatnot. On our way over here, it was like horrible. I thought I was going insane. I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know if I was doing things right. My mind was playing with me so bad that I really did not know what was going on in my life at that point. It took me a few weeks to realize to get back to normal, to know what I'm doing, to know if what I'm doing is right, you know, because seeing my aunt in that bed laying down, not being able to walk, not being able to stand up, kind of playing with my head because I wasn't used to seeing her like that. I was used to seeing her up and down, running and walking everywhere, you know what I mean? So it was hard for me to like really see her like that. So she was another 5 months in that bed, in that same exact spot. No improvement. But aside from that, she ate, she was speaking more, she was able to be on her phone, she was able to talk to us, she was able to see my videos, she was able to do a few more things than what she was able to do when we were there. So yeah, and then it all seemed like every night ever since I knew about her and what was happening, I prayed every night. I asked God, heal her. But yeah, I always prayed for her healing, not only hers but everyone. She was doing great. I would talk to my dad and my dad said, no, she's doing better, she's eating more, she's doing this more, she's this and that. We got a call on June 8th saying that my aunt was getting worse, that she could not talk anymore, that just things were getting harder in her end. And it was just like kind of killed me, kind of like broke my heart, kind of made me mad that there was no improvement. It kind of made me like, really? So they took her to hospice. She was there. Crystal and Mario prayed, but they not only prayed, but they commanded Jesus for a miracle, for a healing, for something great, for something magical. But in her heart, in her mind, she had already asked God what she wanted. She had already prayed on it. She had already asked him and commanded him. So her prayer was gonna outrule ours. Ours were gonna be even knocked to the door and you know what, bye. But her prayer was the main one that God needed to hear. So on June 8th, my aunt passed away to stage 4 cancer. And it was the most devastating news in my life. It broke my heart. It like dropped my heart to my stomach. Literally, I have never been through this. I have never gone through such a disaster in my life. It was really hard for me to accept it. I got mad. That day I found out, I was crying, of course. But I got mad not only at myself, but at God. I kind of blamed him for it. I kind of said I blamed him for him. I blamed him for it because he had the opportunity to change the situation she was in. I was mad at him for not helping her. My life fell apart the second I found out that she died. My life fell to pieces. My heart broke. I felt so many emotions inside me. I felt my world coming down. Although I wasn't as close as she as though I wasn't as close as Crystal was with her. Something like that. Someone I know, someone that was so close to my family, my dad's sister. Knowing something like that happened, it broke me. It not only broke me, for her, but it broke me for my dad and my grandparents. It made me feel that, I don't know, it just made me feel so many emotions, guys. But yeah, I lost my aunt, but she fought cancer like the strongest woman I know. She never once cried. She never once screamed because it hurt. She did feel pain, but she didn't let us know. So my aunt fought for her life, and she did such an awesome job of doing it that makes me happy. And she is and will always be the strongest woman I have ever met in my life. You guys might be asking, did you go to the funeral? Did you attend? I am in Michigan, and no, I did not attend the funeral. It's not that I didn't want to. I'll tell you this, okay? We were just getting our apartment. I was working. Money was low. But none of those three things ever mattered in my life in that situation. Not having the money I needed, not having the apartment I wanted, working were not an obstacle for me to go and be there with my family. They weren't an obstacle in any way, shape, or form. The reason why I held back and I did not want to go were because I didn't want to remember her like that. I didn't want to have that image stuck in my head, because I struggled so much when I went down to Texas and I saw her like that. It like played with my mind, played with my emotions, and it was the worst thing ever. I'm happy I saw her, but it just played with my emotions so much that I wasn't mentally there at that time. So I did not go to her funeral, and I didn't go down to Texas to be with my family because I didn't want to remember that day in my life, especially. I didn't want to think about it again, because at the end of the day, that's not her body anymore. God blessed her with a brand new body, all healed and all good. God now has her in her glory. She's happy. She's living her best life. She's walking, she's running, she's singing, she's doing all the things she wanted to do for 7 months of her life that she was suffering. She's doing all of that in heaven now. That's what makes me go on with my life. That's what makes me not cry anymore. That's what makes me be happy for her. That's what makes me not be sad when I want to be sad, you know? Because I'll think about it now, and I don't cry, because I know that I'd rather have her up there with God than here in this world suffering each and every second of her life. And I just want to remember her how she was before the cancer and how she was when I went down to Texas and I saw her. And it makes me happy that she's in a better place now, that she's living her best life, no worries, and I'm happy for her. I'm really happy for her, and that's what makes me go on with my life. That's what makes me not want to cry and not be sad, because she deserved it, and she deserved to be up with God in heaven. I've dealt with it in my own way, and it makes me happy. My sisters have dealt with it in their own way, that they're okay now. My dad is okay because he has accepted God way before this ever happened, and God has guided him through where he needs to be. There's still like a part in our hearts that are like, really, she's gone? And mostly for me, because I wasn't there to attend all of that. So in my mind, I'm still like, I still feel like this is a joke. But yeah, it still feels like a joke somewhat. But yeah, that's my story, and I just felt that I needed to tell you guys because you're part of my life, and I just couldn't go on doing videos and just tell you what's been going on in my life, and that God gained the strongest angel out there. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.